Hi, everybody, and welcome to Red Wings Rant, where tirades and impassioned pleas for your Detroit Red Wings. They finally have a home. That's right. We're back a little bit later than I told Mike, and I don't blame him at all for showing up late. Well, I don't know. Maybe he won't show up. I don't know. Who knows? But you got Matt right now. We had a little bit of a mix-up on the schedule, but you know what? There was no mix-up. What was that? Saturday night for the Red Wings game plan of shutting down Buffalo once they took the lead. Very similar game plan to the New York Islanders, of course. As we all remember it, I actually went and rewatched it and took notes for you guys just because I love you guys so much. There he is, Hermano. He's made it.
Woo! Let's go.
Mike, how are you doing today?
Oh man. What a weekend. My car died. My house, we found mold, and our pet pug got diarrhea and crapped all over our bedroom. But luckily it's election day and things are gonna turn around now.
I was actually gonna ask how your anxiety's doing, but I got your answer.
They I had a mail vote from home ballot. I don't know where it is. And so I had to get that one. I had to get that one spoiled. It's in the house somewhere. I just don't know. And it was a whole to-do because I had to sign an affidavit and get a new blank one. But nobody knew how to look up the name Clink on the system. So it took me about 45 minutes to vote today. Performance art, Billie Eilish was outstanding. Maybe I'm like a C- fan of hers because I like maybe a handful of songs, but her show was incredible. Turned me into an A fan. She was that good.
I know that one song where somebody raps like "Big Shit Billie Eilish," and that's the only. I don't know.
You're talking about anything. The song for True Detective?
I think it's a real song. What is that? What's here? I'll look it up. It's there's. I'm pretty sure it's like big T-shirt, Billie Eilish.
It's bury a friend. It's just a dude comes on and goes Billy, and then she sings her song.
Armani White. Is that?
I don't think that one was played at the concert.
No, I don't think she sings it. It's or no, I know right now we know for a fact she doesn't. It's an Armani White song. I think, right?
Is this or is it when Michael Scott's favorite Bruce Springsteen songs are all Huey Lewis in the News?
It might be.
Is this your moment, Matt?
Yeah. Well, I nobody's asked, but Mike, I went to go see Steve Martin and Martin Short, and I didn't realize it was going to turn into a bluegrass concert. Sans Steve Martin.
I would think he'd be at the center of that. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think. Nope. Steve and Marty took a little break, and I had to listen to a band that sounded like every other bluegrass band I've ever heard in my entire life. But I was told they're special, and they weren't. Yeah. But the rest of the show is pretty great.
I would say any horror movie fans out there, the opening act for Billie Eilish was the Naked Brothers band.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, never mind. Go ahead.
The brother in the Naked Brothers band is the kid from Hereditary.
Really?
The one who watches his sister get beheaded. Yeah.
Ooh. That's always fun. Dan B, fun fact, my first album was CCR.
Yeah.
I
thought it was the Bootylicious with Destiny's Child.
No, it wasn't. That the CCR greatest hits came before.
No, it was Baby One More Time, Spears. I'm pretty sure you listen to that one an awful lot. I don't know if you're trying to pump yourself up, man. I'm pretty sure it was Baby One More Time.
I think we did own that, but I'm pretty sure the first album I actually bought.
I don't think we owned it. You owned it, man. This was what you demanded for your birthday.
Look, if we had I have no problem admitting that. Yeah, I had Britney Spears. I had was it Destiny's Child or Beyonce at the time?
It was Destiny's Child.
I had Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, and I would.
No, I had the NSYNC.
Well, okay. Well, I was
I
going
had
to
no
say
strings attached.
That's fine. I was going to admit that I used to dance in my room by myself, and I knew all the moves to Bye Bye Bye, just like Deadpool. But the first album I ever bought with Matt's own money was CCR.
Did you buy that box and then keep your Britney Spears CD in it so that you could walk around and travel with it? Little incognito, hiding it in a rain jacket, and then you just
just trying to connect with Dan, but whatever. All right. Yeah, like I said, I have no problem admitting I listened to pop music when I was younger, but yeah, the first album I bought was CCR. I hope you had fun with that, Mike.
I did. Mine was probably Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
I remember when you bought me a Christmas album. Or no, you bought me an album for Christmas, and when I unwrapped
it came pre-opened. I don't know.
Yeah, and all the songs were already on our computer when I went to go put them on the computer because Mike decided he couldn't wait to give it to me.
I knew how much you're going to enjoy the CD, so I knew when you fired up the computer, you'd want to rip it on there. So I took the. I made sure it was available.
You want to go over Clink Brother memories? God damn it! I got the ones that hurt.
I like to do something memorable. You know, you'll never forget that.
Performance art, way to keep your mind open. See, Jared wants to know if we've ever seen the rain. I will walk away. My favorite song will be that "Looking Out My Back Door," which is actually about getting high and seeing all the animals out your back door, like dancing and singing songs.
When you're standing up and you look between your legs and open your butt cheeks.
That's what that song's about.
Is that not what it's about?
do, looking out my back door.
That's what I thought the do was.
Wouldn't he be looking through his back door? Like if he's looking out his back door. All right. I swear there was hockey that happened.
Yeah, we gotta reel it in a little bit.
All right, Mike, where do we stand? Last year's 11.6 shooting percentage. We're doing pretty goddamn good, Mike. We're at 10.9% so far this season. It's we're still up there. Believe it or not.
Wild ratio. Yeah.
As of November 5th, that's today, right? Yep. Save percentage is 907. PDO 101.6. But we do have to talk about, Mike. Why are things going so great? Well, it's because of these two, Mike. Because you take a look at this. What did I say? Save percentage so far this season, 907. You take away that first game against the Penguins where we got ripped. And after game one, we have a 919 save percentage, an 11.1 shooting percentage, Mike, and a 103 PDO. Woo!
What if we take away the Winnipeg game? What if we take away all the games that we sucked?
All the outliers?
Then where would we be? Yeah.
We'd probably be at 100 PDO, and it'd be like 900 save percentage, 9% shooting.
If we just looked at our 2 shutouts, how would we look in these stats?
No, it's I'm not trying to justify here like, oh, we're a better team after game one. I'm actually trying to highlight that I don't know if we can hang on to these numbers. And it's been scary.
Yeah.
It's been scary. Yeah. It's something that I don't know if you saw. Did you get to see Max Boltman's article that he put out today?
I actually read a couple. What was the
I have some snippets that we can go over, but look, it's something where I think we can all safely say, like, this we saw last year. We have evidence that it can't last with Alex Lyon. There's still some evidence we've already seen from Cam Talbot where it can really blow up in his face. But right now things are doing pretty good.
Are you referring to the Red Wings being at the bottom of the league for time of possession in the offensive zone?
Yeah.
This article today?
I think we're at like the bottom. Where is it? 5-on-5 rank 30th in the NHL. 1.64 goals per 60 at 5-on-5. They're shooting just 7.36% on 5-on-5, a number that now actually feels unsustainably low. 25th ranked marker in the league. And while Detroit lost talent, it should still be good enough to outperform that pace. The bigger issue is Max Boltman continues here. So we're skipping ahead. This is an article from Max Boltman on like, what has he learned so far about the Red Wings? Wings are not consistently putting themselves in position to prove that they can outperform that pace. Their 2.03 expected goals per 60 ranks dead last in the NHL entering the weekend. Their offensive zone time was in the same place. Multiple factors combined to account for that, from struggles exiting the zone and a lack of consistent forecheck to keep possessions alive, and the early results are concerning. So far, fears about a massive offensive regression for Detroit have come true at 5-on-5. While the shooting percentage suggests it should get a bit more luck there, the underlying numbers as a whole remain a major red flag. Oh my God. Red flag for this group. Talk about struggles, Mike. That was the hardest thing I've ever read, apparently, in my entire life. But anyway, Wings struggling 5-on-5. Kind of the same story we got last year. Similar story. It's not like we were killing it last year. We did great on the power play, right? We had great power play numbers to push this to the top 10
I
in the
will
league.
say we struggled, but in a more fun way to watch. Because we would score goals, but we'd give up a ton of them. And now this year, we don't even put shots on net, and we're losing games. Basically, all you have to do is get 2 goals, and that's a wrap. So we're still struggling at winning games. I just last year was a digestible television viewing.
I like Dan B's comment here. Where have you gone, Daniel Sprung? But I want to hit on Brand New's comment. Are they the best at dumping pucks? At least. Now I was tracking the game against Buffalo because, as I mentioned before, I was at the Steve Martin Short thing, so I actually missed the Buffalo game, but I watched it today. Mike, I would like to highly recommend you can go to FanDuel Sports and put the game at 1.25 speed, and you can blast right through that mother effer. No commercials. It's great. But it allowed me to rewatch and take some notes. Mike, there were only 2 successful players in the entire first period to carry the puck into the zone, resulting in a shot on net. Wow. I'm gonna give you one of them, and then I want you to guess the other one.
Okay.
The easy one is Dylan Larkin.
All right.
Give me the other one.
Andrew Kopp.
Nope.
Damn it. Offense or defense?
A forward. Yep.
Give me.
Guys, feel free to guess in the chat too.
Give me Marco Kasper.
Close.
Kasper Marco.
Oh, somebody's got it in the chat. We got 2 answers in the chat. That's right. Dan B got it first. Berggren was our man. Not only it was him and Larkin were the only ones to do it. There was, you know what? Dan B's got a good one here. There was a shorthanded chance, but of course I don't want to talk about shorthanded stuff. So there was a shorthanded chance. Dan B, you get extra credit for that from Lucas Raymond. But it was only Berggren and Larkin who actually carried the puck in. Every other zone entry was a dump. And it's so totally limiting when more than half the time you have to dump and chase. And the other note I made here, and Mickey actually touched on it in the second, the Red Wings actually lost all their battles for the puck based on speed. They weren't losing based on strength. And Mickey called it out. You have to get more people in the board battles. The Red Wings never even made it into board battles until about halfway through the second period. So they're playing a dump and chase game against a team that was outskating them and just getting to the puck faster. So you call out like I saw Kopfer in there. I saw Andrew Kopp was, or Mike, you called out Andrew Kopp. Those guys just start fast enough to do it. On the Larkin and Berggren game, you know, I know we want to kind of rag on Berggren a little bit and just say, well, you know, you wanted to get in this lineup so bad. You know, where's the success? Where's the points? That's one thing he did right in the first period against Buffalo. He is able to get into the zone, sustain a puck possession, and create an opportunity based off of getting the puck in the zone. So good to see for Berggren. I thought Berggren really was a standout, despite the only 2 goals came from Dylan Larkin, and obviously they also came from the power play. And by the way, that second power play unit sucks. Holy mackerel, does it suck. Buffalo will give Patrick Kane, Dylan Larkin, DeBrincat all day long.
Oh, there you go. You're back.
Oh, really? I was gone that whole time? Well, that's good.
You were only gone for like a second, but you talked about the second power play unit, and that's when it died.
Second power play unit was terrible. First power play unit could do whatever they wanted against Buffalo. And of course, the 2 goals, they should have had a goal on their first power play. Lucas Raymond actually had a wide open net, and it was a crazy save. But yeah, that power play is dominating. That was another point we want to come to right now, but I just want to finish sort of the wrap up this conversation on our inability to do a lot 5-on-5. And I feel like, so I guess it's like before we start going into the positives, which would be the power play, that's where we could talk about, again, was called out. Same thing that we brought up last week. Prashant actually wrote an article about Moritz, Seider, and Simon Edvinsson. And he titled the article, "Nobody Asks More of Their Top Pair Than Derek Lalonde." And he highlighted the same things that we called out last week. These are defensive zone starts. They're against the highest quality competition that our opponent has to offer. And you can see that Seider and Edvinsson are miles above the competition. And we highlighted last week that despite this, Seider and Edvinsson actually own the puck most of the time when they're on the ice. They actually have at least the last time we checked a week ago, they had positive Corsi C4 percentages. So here's the thing.
Can I say, Prashant, I don't love the framing of this idea. I don't think, because this almost makes Lalonde, you know, appear to be a insidious villain of sorts who is just, you know, taking advantage of having these 2 guys on his team and just putting them out there for every single difficult challenge that a, you know, NHL defenseman could have. Lalonde has got 2 defensemen that he trusts. I can't believe you would comfortably say, you know, I feel good about any of those other 4 or 5 guys now that Mata is gone. Johansson looks, you know, like he's overwhelmed. Petrie and Sherratt just getting abused on the boards. It's shocking that Justin Hall has arguably been our 3rd best defenseman, considering how many times he's a healthy scratch last year. It's just, I don't think Lalonde really has a lot of options. So I don't think that I would frame it like this. I think, again, to kind of harp on our favorite shtick, Matt, this is about the Yzer plan and what kind of defensemen are actually on this team and who's waiting in the pipelines in the minors, because they need help. And I don't know how you could suddenly replace, you know, 4 to 5 defensemen now. It's not feasible. It's too late. Now you got to do something internal.
Yeah, this is what I think is really important too, are these statistics I pulled today. So I wanted to see, like, we just took a look at that graph similar to what we shared last week. Prashant was talking about it. Again, it didn't really represent that they've been successful against the quality competition. What Prashant was talking about, he was just like, hey, these guys get thrown out and face that higher level competition. I do think there's still a conversation to be had, and this goes to your point that Lalonde's actually making a pretty good choice. is that those high danger chances are going to come from your top 6 forwards.
I don't even know if he's making the best choice. He's making his only choice.
True.
You could just give up a goal, or you could, burn out your 2 young, good defensemen and put them in every tough situation.
But here's what they're doing. What we're showing now for podcast listeners is high danger shots against per expected goal against. So basically, which team is able to limit the high danger shots against per expected goal against? Which team is able to stifle their opponent's offense and ability to put a high danger shot on net? And the Red Wings are actually 3rd in the league right now at doing that. There's a reason why I think this goaltending has such great stats right now, and I think our boy Seider got paid like he was supposed to, and I think Edvinsson right now is showing he might be the perfect pair for Seider, and they might have their shut down defensive pair for things to come. But I don't think this offense could really get turned around until a guy like Axel is making his way over to this defense, to be completely honest.
That's like 2 years away.
Right, because that would be where you could finally start to open this team up. And you're looking at the bottom 4 defensemen have to carry the offense, because Seider and Edvinsson, while we do see some offensive talent from both of them, we saw it in the minors, we saw it overseas in Europe. They're asked to do this, which I think this is really impressive. I think this is a great stat to call out. The Red Wings are limiting their opponent from putting the high danger chances on net. They're in the top 5 for the least amount of high danger chances on net. And that for a team where there's so many questions on what the goaltending was going to be like, and a team that says they want to focus defensively, this should be the kind of output they have top to bottom. But it is good to see that because of this outcome, or the result, or the only decision, as you put it, Lalonde could make is to have Seider and Edvinsson play together. It is having a positive result. Now we have seen it go the other way, right? We saw what happens when you have like Kyle Connor is able to do whatever the hell he wants in that Winnipeg game. He doesn't necessarily need a high danger shot. He's coming behind the circles and putting them in. Maybe that's a medium danger, not necessarily a low danger, but
yeah,
that's where this doesn't really matter when you face high skill, and you can't just really depend on that. That's where you need to depend more on holding onto the puck. And I think that's something we haven't talked about yet, is we have limited the high danger chances, but Max pointed out in his article, it could still be a problem if the volume of chances, regardless of where they're coming from, is gonna hurt you eventually. And right. It's hurt us as long as we're not, if we're not facing Winnipeg and we're facing lowly Buffalo, it won't be so bad.
Well, I just wanted to hit a few comments. Brand new saying, so we are the best at dumping, just not great at chasing. And then there was a wonderful synergy with Derek Can, basically saying, the same thing. They're more playing dump minus the chase.
I do like both of those comments.
And then Dan B, again, kind of in the same mindset. If you can't skate more than 5 feet with control of the puck, you should be playing pickleball, not hockey. Yeah, so what's tough is what we've set up is an exhausting play style for our skill players, where a couple defensive pairings are so bad that it just keeps the puck in our zone for, minutes at a time. And so, the only way to kind of salvage things is, okay, we didn't get a goal. Let's just try and, dump the puck to the point where it's not icing. So you're not even getting an offensive opportunity out of that. So it's like a nightmare snowball situation. We got to kind of wait for 2 defensive pairings to figure out how to just get out of your own zone before we even start thinking about, all right, let's get the puck in the, sticks of our skill guys. You can't even get to that point because you're just getting hammered so bad in your own zone. So
yeah, and losing the chase part of the dump.
So I just to finish that point, like,
yeah,
as far as like the high danger going, it's just, a numbers game of, well, okay, yeah, you stopped the high danger, but we're just going to keep peppering you with shots because you don't know how to get out of your own zone. You don't know how to get out of your own way. You're too slow. You're not skilled enough for those bottom four defensemen. And it's literally dragging down the whole team. Like, guys can't score now.
And I think this is that part too, where it's, when the dumping doesn't come with the chasing, as you guys pointed out, and I really like those lines. That's where Max throws in here the nuance here. The Red Wings are giving up a bit more volume than last year, and even low expected goal shots still go towards that total. They've done relatively well not to give up quality chances, but still giving up that volume, 33.4 5-on-5 shots on goal per 60, and playing long stretches in the defensive zones is a problem. The kind of pressure leads to tired defenders and creates more possibilities for chaos and rebound chances for their opponents. So basically, Seider and Edvinsson can do all they can to stop that top six. But those bottom four defenders, if somebody wants to make an argument that Hall is having the career or a season of his career, whatever, they're obviously not doing enough to get enough, helping get enough sustained pressure, getting pucks forward out of the zone with clean passes through the neutral zone. And then, of course, clean entries from the neutral zone into the offensive zone. They're not making the right decisions. I don't think they have the talent to be able to make those good decisions on a consistent basis. And the result is just going to be anytime that Seider and Edvinsson are on the ice, then it's just going to be a struggle to get the puck and sustain the puck in the offensive zone, meaning more shots on net.
Yeah, I think that was the article I was reading where if they can just figure out a way to get the puck out of their own zone quicker, maybe that's how you can, kind of get more offensive time for yourself. But
yeah,
it's tough when you lose, basically every foot race, and you lose a battle of, who's got more skill back there. You kind of want to be able to rely on one of those two things, and it's like we're missing both. So it's a tough hole to come out of.
Have you seen, this was also in the Prashant article. I just wanted to share this too, because it's not really going to help extend the point too much further, but I don't know if you notice the top pair in the NHL right now is Walker and Gostisbehere out in Carolina are absolutely crushing it right now. Gostisbehere is in his, this is where he was supposed to be with Carolina. As we all know, they've always dominated with puck possession. And hey, Gostisbehere doesn't have to worry about playing bad defense anymore because they're in the offensive zone the entire time.
He's like before Hulk Hogan got canceled, and he's like, "We're gonna take it up to the stratosphere, brother." Like he's just levitating above other defensemen right now. Really happy for that guy.
Yeah.
And by the way, Jared Shaw saying, what does this all mean, Basil? Jared, you just ate yourself with a Austin Powers reference.
It means,
so did I by recognizing it. Damn it.
It means we gotta hope that things really turn around and really flip on their head for us to be more confident in this team going forward. But yeah, I mean, I took a look at that one.
Buy a lot of tickets to LCA, Jared. That's what I've learned. Not this season. Just wait till next year.
That might be a good choice. And we did talk about too. I did want to bring up, the power play is performing well. We did get to see. I don't know. Do we want to see any of the highlights? It's basically just
make sure you mute him, Matt, so you don't get canceled again.
Dylan Larkin gripping and ripping. But yeah, why isn't this coming up? The Red Wings power plays had a good year last year, finishing 9th in the NHL at 23.1%. They got there by scoring 8 goals per 60 minutes, man advantage, and had the underlying numbers to back it up. This year, they've been even better. I think this is so cool. Overall rank is similar. They're number 8 in the league right now, converting at 26.5%. But their underlying numbers are dazzling. Like they right now lead the league in power play expected goals at 11.88. That's nuts.
Yeah, that first power play unit is elite. Like, unfortunately, our most Like the example that I kind of think of is when we did attend the Winnipeg Jets game and they were blowing us out, and then we got a couple power play opportunities. It was just on a mission. Like it was like instantaneous. We got control of the puck. We got it exactly where we want. Goal, goal. It was a sight to see, man. And I don't know if it's just because some of our beloved skill guys at this juncture are getting a little old, so they can't move at 5-on-5 play. So we gotta rely on them and their one hip to kind of come through when it doesn't matter as much on a 5-on-4. But yeah, it was an inspiring sight to see. So I look forward to every Red Wing power play, and as long as that first unit is out there. The second one, little figuring out to do, but the first one's so good it doesn't really matter.
I mean, this is great. I think you guys can see my mouse, but if Larkin doesn't make this whip at the net at Lou, he's got DeBrincat coming in wide open right over here too. I mean, this really is, to your point, like you can mix in the skill of what Patrick Kane's able to do, and you see how he pushes the puck between two defenders here, and then you've really got two options, and Luukkonen just, it really, Larkin really did make the choice that was maybe less likely to go in. I think it was Chris Osgood that made the point between periods that Luukkonen would want that one back because he just didn't get his legs set straight the way they showed the replay. So he's just like bouncing the puck off his skate. But it was, it was actually a similar result on the other side. I don't know. Let's take another minute here to get it set up. But I mean,
Dan B thrown out there too. Wings not skilled enough to play possession hockey, not fast or strong enough to play dump and chase right now. And then kind of a mirror face. I think they can get to a point where they, could take advantage of the skill guys that they have. It's just the defense has been so brutal. Like I can't harp on it enough. It really snowballs into the whole team looking, overwhelmed and outmatched. Oh, is this Larkin number 2?
Yeah, so this will be Larkin's second goal. You can see Larkin making his way up to the front, but you can also, like, I think Max called this out, but they're goals in like less than those 35 seconds, which is it's just crazy to have that happen like that. That is a fantastic look for Larkin to go right up front. That's what you're hoping for your bumper to be able to do.
Uh-oh. Man, we almost got canceled.
I know. Oh, God.
Are we going to touch on that clickbait article that was saying that Lalone is, God, what is the word? Annihilates Larkin, for not, being a top player in the league. And then when you read the quote, he's just like, well, he can probably go up another level and his point production's not where it was last year. Because I got to say, it looked like it worked for one game.
Yeah.
Especially because Larkin gave up the first goal and then kind of was like, pretty determined to get goals 1 and 2 for the Red Wings. And I don't think what Lalone said was really out of line because Larkin hasn't been like a top 30 player. And we would prefer him be like a top 10 player, but we're willing to take top 30, right?
I mean, what's a coach supposed to do? Like, I don't understand if there's a problem with him calling out his best players to like put in a better performance. Like, what world do we live in? Are we just supposed to be like, well, didn't work, I guess it's all Derek Lalone's fault? And it's like, wait, what is he supposed to do exactly?
It's the Yankees saying we lost because Aaron Judge wasn't Aaron Judge. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's
dropped the fly ball in the World Series. He didn't hit any home runs, so that's probably why they lost. Yep.
I mean, you're going to pay these guys to do that kind of stuff. I mean, last year, right, we spent the whole season going like, man, Kane's doing all this. Can you believe he's only getting paid like $2 million? That's not the case for Larkin. We need it to be consistent. We need it to be at the top of the league. And you know what? He should want to be doing that too, because he's got the Four Nations face-off. He's got to still make sure he gets the call for. I don't know if that stuff's official. I feel like December 14th is a number rocking around in my head for the official rosters being put out there. But, overall, power play does look great. They are putting together a good strategy. The boys know where to be at least on that first power play unit, to get things set up. And it's all about the personnel they brought in. Patrick Kane's there. They clearly still give him a ton of space, and he still takes advantage of it. That's how that Larkin goal goes in, the first one, to make it 1-1. So as long as that continues, that's like according to plan. But you can see on the flip side, on 5-on-5, like if you're depending on Tarasenko and Kane to be on the same line and carry the puck in, I don't think it's gonna happen, Mike. I don't think it's gonna happen on a consistent basis. But Mike, you start the face-off in the offensive zone, and Patrick Kane's already there, and you have the puck. Hey, it should work out. Should work out most of the time, right? So, we're running out of things to talk about, but we do have a November schedule. I was kind enough to bring the Red Wings in above 500 points-wise, but obviously I've got them here at 6-7. If you guys can do the math. But I was kind enough to at least let them finish above 500 here. Win against Buffalo already happened. Win against Anaheim. So yes, we are going to go on a bit of a losing streak here. Win against San Jose, the Islanders, Boston, and another one against the Islanders. And I am too scared of the other team's ability to score, or I'm too scared of the other team's goaltending, or we've already gotten absolutely destroyed by the team that we'd be facing. So I just, I'm also expecting some revenge from the Devils. And now you know what? I had it in my head we beat the Devils. Now I can't remember if we did.
We did.
Okay, thank you.
I was actually at that game. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, good. Okay, that helps.
I would say this is a real prove it month. I think we all looked at October and said, there's a lot of tough competition in there. But I mean, Buffalo should be, well, we won. Blackhawks should be winnable. Toronto and New York, don't love that back-to-back. That might be 0 points in 2 games. But Pittsburgh, I feel like we should get a little revenge there. Ducks, my God, I hope we can handle them. Kings, hey, you guys are key. All right, just leave us alone. Don't hurt us. And then Sharks, Islanders, Boston, Islanders again. Calgary, I don't know, maybe. And then the Dow. I mean, there's only like 2 games that I feel like we should get absolutely annihilated.
Toronto and New York?
Yeah, and they come together. So, this should be a pretty promising month for us in the standings. I don't know if I'd go 6-3-4. If Larkin's going to play like Larkin, we're going to get some power play goals. And my God, if there's any way we could get a little time in the offensive zone, this should be a pretty nice month for us.
That's the issue. Like, we still got outshot by Buffalo. So I just kind of look at it and I'm like, well, if you're giving Connor Bedard those same chances, my man's on a point per game pace. Same thing, going to Toronto. And I see, Jared, it's a great call out. Toronto's not doing so hot themselves. But if you're going to give Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner and Nylander this opportunity to just keep firing the puck at the net, that's a team that takes advantage of it. New York, that scares me. I think whatever the situation is on either side of the rink, I don't think it bodes well for the Red Wings, no matter who's in net, even if it's Quick instead of Shesterkin.
I do want to say too, like with a couple of these games, I don't know how competitive. When I say it's going to be a bloodbath, I'm going off precedent, because these Red Wings, nobody quits like the Red Wings. So they lose. Like the Pittsburgh game last month, 6-3, bombed. Rangers 4-1, bombed. Rangers 5-2, bombed. Buffalo 5-3, bombed. Jets 6-2, bombed. So if it goes off the rails, they're like, fuck this, we're done. We'll try again tomorrow.
Well, I think it's just about what the formula is right now, right? Like Buffalo, I guess like you just said, they beat us 5-3, but you know, if the puck's not hitting the back of the net, like it just seems like if we could play shooting percentages and things, you know, regress closer to the mean, then we could find a win just by limiting the high danger chances. But it's just some of these teams have guys that the high danger chance that it's not necessary. You know, when you talk about even the Pittsburghs, it's not necessary. We know what talent is on Pittsburgh. I know they suck this year, but we
You
know
know,
who's on Pittsburgh.
you
That's
know
where
what
I'm
I'll
like,
say?
go ahead.
Like, as far as I know, Jared is trying to be, you know, maybe a little more of a voice of reason. Like, guys, you know, Toronto's maybe not as far away as you two think, but any team that has like a modicum of offense is going to destroy us. So, Matt, we're 5-5-1. Is that right? How many of those games do you think we've scored more than 3 goals without looking?
I was confirming 5-5-1. One game, 0 games. Can I say
Actually,
0?
Actually, 2.
2. Okay.
It did include empty netters. I'm looking at the Devils. That's that amazing, maybe the best empty netter of all time when Big Brass killed Hughes. But yeah, it was just Devils, just Predators. Every other game is 3 or fewer goals.
So Jim calls out, and then this is what I was going to say: if we're going to get wins against these, you know, these teams, and walk out of this month with a, you know, above 500, let's say, like, let's just say straight up win loss, like above 500, like pull out the overtime losses aspect and the point percentage, whatever. I think, Jim, you nailed it. Do we have confidence that we can do this, that we can pick up our 5-on-5 play and puck possession and improve the penalty kill? Because before the season started, I didn't think we could. And we're kind of just playing to where I kind of thought we would. So I think my 6-3-4 is like, I think I nailed it. And let's not forget who nailed October as well with his 4 wins. So I know I'm patting myself on the back. But the 6-3-4 almost, like, in some senses is kind of generous here.
Derek Hand saying only teams with 1 or more good forwards can beat the Wings.
You nailed it, Derek.
So, you know, the Blackhawks they're right in our wheelhouse. You know, it's like Bedard and the Pips. Toronto, not good. Rangers, not good for us. Pittsburgh, I don't know, man. I mean, they got a lot of old dudes, right? The Ducks, I feel like that's kind of right in our wheelhouse. The Kings, Matt, what are your thoughts on the Kings?
I think
I gave you 30 seconds to cook on them.
I think they look really good. I was listening to the Puck Soup boys talk about them, and they're surprising start. So I'm a little scared of the Kings. I don't know. This is where are we facing them? Are we in LA?
On the road. Yeah. On the road in LA.
So,
yep.
Yeah, they have not lost at home yet this year. So they've also played a ton of games on the road so far and are still second in the Pacific. So they're cooking right now, Mike. They're doing pretty good.
I would say those 3 games, Toronto, New York, Kings, almost assuredly losses. Pittsburgh's kind of the toss-up, but as far as like teams that can bomb us on offense, that's about it. I feel pretty good against, you know, the Ducks, the Sharks, Islanders, Boston to an extent. Calgary doesn't really light you up on offense. And then the Devils, that was probably our best game of the season. Where like they wanted to win, they were hungry for it, and we were competitive and just outplayed them. So yeah, I think there's a roadmap to us only losing, you know, 4 games this month.
Mm-hmm.
So it was at 7-4. Was it 11 games? 4, 5, 6, 7.
There's 13, right?
13. Yeah, there's a path.
So you're giving us 9. You're giving us a path to 9 wins.
There's a path.
I'm giving us a path to points in 10 games, Mike. I'm so super generous.
There's a path. That's what I'm saying. This is a month. You got to get some points this month because it's a very winnable month.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's going to be an easier month the rest of the season.
It's a good question from Dixon Seider. Would Alex Tuck be our number one goal? Yeah, our goalies are doing good. That's damn it. Give the goalies
That's
a break.
the one part of this team I'm not going to kill. Yeah.
Dan B. Pacific Division is a cakewalk. I mean, you get Anaheim and San Jose, and everybody's going to look a little bit better because of that. But the Kings do look pretty good. Edmonton is Edmonton. They're scary. Come on. It's Edmonton. Vegas does appear to be smoke and mirrors so far. Going back to the conversation on home and away, Vegas is 8-0 right now at home. 0-3-1 on the road.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, I'd really like to have season tickets to that because
for sure.
Wings don't do so well when I go to the game.
Well, that's all of our show topics. Of course, the Wings are playing the Blackhawks tomorrow. I have that on my list of losses. So have fun, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. Mike, I think that's one of your wins. So we'll see. We'll see. Yep. We'll see what happens. They are 1-3 at home, Mike. They might be due for a win at home.
I just don't think they score enough. That's the exact recipe to not defeat the Red Wings. All you got to do is put in 3 to 4 goals and you win. And this is not a team that likes to do that.
That's a good point. I'll still put the house is going on the Blackhawks tonight. Wow. Guys, I hope y'all find something to deal with your anxiety. If anybody's going to be spending some time watching tonight's coverage of the election, I'm probably just going to go over to the couch right now and turn it on after this. But good luck to
some Traverse
your
City
own
cherry whiskey. Can't wait for that.
Right.
I got a big bag of Great Lakes purple potato chips from Costco or Sam's Club. They're really good.
Yeah, just good luck to your own inner, your mental health tonight. I think that's all I want to say.
Okay. All right. Yep. I think we can all get on board with that. By the way, my favorite thing is the NBA gave the entire league the day off today so they could go vote. And the NHL has scheduled 14 games today.
Well, most of them are Canadian.
I thought maybe it was just the Canadian teams, but no, there's a lot of games today.
Good old NHL. They could have mailed it in.
Yeah,
I was surprised how many people I talked to that were like, no, I'm going in.
Well, I wanted that kick-ass sticker. I wanted the werewolf sticker.
Yes, I was asked today, what sticker did you get? And I actually was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I mailed in my ballot weeks ago.
Oh, man. Yeah, the stickers were off the chain.
Nice.
It was the best part about voting. But anyway, we'll see you guys next week. And who knows? Mike is calling a 9-4 November. 9-4. So buckle in for some wins.
All right. See y'all. Have a good one.
I love this part.
There.
Nope. Show's still going, Matt. Matt has not figured out